Guys, it's Chloe Barrow back with you again, and today we are going to be talking about a case that has entitled the nation. This is the case and the horrifying case that happened back in 1963 in Manchester, England. These mysteries and histories and murder, yes, we're going to talk about murder in this video, but I'm going to give you a warning before each one, is on the Moors murders. The Moors murders were carried out by Ian Brady and Myra Hindley, who took their victims up into Saddleworth Moor and brutally killed them and buried them in shallow graves. So the victims were a 12-year-old, 5 children who were Pauline Reed, John Kilbride, Keith Bennett, Leslie Ann Downey, and Edward Evans, between the ages of 10 and 17. And we know that 4 of them were assaulted, but I'm not going to talk about how they were, got into that situation and how they were. But we know about this as well. So the first victim that came to a horrible end was a girl called Pauline Reed. Pauline Reed was a young 12-year-old girl who were, just talking about, she was a young, beautiful young girl who was, walking down the road. And what Ian Brady would do was stop on the side of the road and get, these innocent 10 to 17-year-olds and drop, his gifts on the floor, like shopping and groceries and all that, and make them carry it, or they would help them carry it into the van that he had. And not only that, Myra Hindley went in the van, and then behind her was Ian Brady, who, what happened was, every single time they saw a victim, Myra Hindley would flash the light and make, stop for it, and then that's how they lured them onto this moor. So Pauline Reed was only a 12-year-old girl, between, obviously we know the ages of these children were 10 to 17, and the first one was a 16-year-old called Pauline Reed, who was abducted on the 12th of July 1963. And basically what happened was, she was walking along the path, and Myra Hindley would flash her headlight in the car, and she would literally drive down, and she was like neighbours, never and sister of Pauline Reed. And she basically took this young girl, talked about her, because she obviously knew, and then obviously sometime after 7:30 she went missing. Pauline Reed went missing, and then a few weeks later, shall we say, she was found on Saddleworth Moor in a shallow grave. Now, I'm not going to go into the detail of what happened to this young girl or any of the other victims, because it's in between, horrible. The second person that was lured onto Saddleworth Moor was a young boy called John Kilbride, who was a 12-year-old boy, and he was taken on the 23rd of November 1963, and she was offered, Myra Hindley offered him a bottle of sherry, even though he was like underage for that time. And again, he was taken on to Saddleworth Moor and killed on, and put into a shallow grave. Now, Keith Bennett was the next person that was abducted and killed next to the road bit of Saddleworth Moor. He was a 12-year-old again, and he was going to his grandmother's house, and then he was helping loading boxes into the pickup truck, which is like the mini thing that Myra Hindley and Ian Brady had. And again, he was beaten up and onto Saddleworth Moor, and that's where he was in the shallow grave. Lesley Ann Downey was the next person. She was a 10-year-old, and again she helped put books into the pickup truck, and again she was assaulted and everything onto Saddleworth Moor and put into a shallow grave. Edward Evans is the oldest of the group. He was 17 years old, and he was like a Manchester Central Railway Station cadet, and he was taken on the 6th of October 1965, and he was in his home when and then he was taken onto Saddleworth Moor. No, he wasn't. He was one that got assaulted in the house, and they then took him to Saddleworth. I think he's the only one that wasn't on Saddleworth Moor. He was just put into the house, and that was it. But by the end, Keith Bennett's mum passed away knowing that, she would never get the ending of her hearing her son. And then we know that Myra Hindley was the only one who showed the police at the end where the bodies were of the young children. And then Ian Brady died in jail later on, and then so did Myra Hindley after that. But they were both committed a crime for like murder and all that. And to all the people, all the victims, rest in peace. I hope you're dancing over the Rainbow Bridge, and I'm doing this to keep your memory alive, so hope you're doing it, hope you're doing okay, and I hope you're safe and sound. If you like this video today, please like, share, comment and subscribe. This is the only way I know how to do it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.